Hello, truth seekers. Welcome to a new episode of Spill and Heal with Auntie. For those of you who may be new to Spill and Heal, this is a community, it is a safe space. So, welcome, and you came here for a reason. And so, I have my disclaimer that I am not a doctor, a psychiatrist, or a therapist, but I am a mental health advocate, and this is a community. It's a safe space where we discuss life's topics. We have discussions about everything. And so I just want you to feel safe and know that you are in the right place at the right time. So I'll give you a few seconds to go grab your coffee, tea, water bottle, get your pen and your journal. We're going to have a very short talk tonight. It's a very sensitive topic. September is Suicide Prevention Month. And so I didn't want this month to end without us being part of the discussion. And like I said, this is our safe space. So there's nothing that we can't talk about here. But tonight's topic is about postpartum depression and suicide. So at any point during this conversation, if you don't feel safe or you feel triggered, please stop watching. And you do have 988, which you could call or text here in the US, and it is a suicide crisis hotline number. And so today's topic is when I gave up, but God said live. I was 21 years old. My daughter was 3 months old. I was feeling inadequate. I was feeling hopeless. I was stressed. I was depressed. I just was not feeling myself, and I didn't really know the feelings or understand them because I hadn't felt that way before. And so I was kind of just trying to tough it out. I wasn't sharing a lot with anyone because now I'm responsible for another human life. And so I felt like I just had to be strong, and that, maybe I was just being over emotional about my feelings. I had my 6 weeks maternity leave was coming to an end. I had just totaled my car. I was so exhausted. I fell asleep one night while driving on the highway. And when I woke up, it was like we were going straight to the concrete barrier in the middle of the highway. And of course, I panicked. The car flipped 3 times. By the grace of God, we didn't have any injuries. And it was time for me to go back to work after this. I had no support. My boyfriend, my daughter's father, he didn't have a job. He didn't have a car. So we had no car. We had no support. I was the only one working. I didn't have a ride to work. And I just gave up. I was tired. I was exhausted. I was frantic. I was scared. Like every emotion you can think of was going through my body at the time. And I didn't know about postpartum depression at the time because, of course, that was back in the early 90s. And it wasn't talked about, especially not in communities of color. And so, even things that were discussed in our communities as far as depression, it was something that you just were not allowed to talk about. We didn't have discussions about it. It's like, just deal with it, suck it up and deal with it. Well, it was too much for me, so I gave up. But guess what? God saw different for me, and I survived. And it wasn't until years later that I was watching the news and I heard the topic of postpartum depression. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I was going through. And so I want to have this conversation today to let somebody know that postpartum depression is real. Your feelings are real. Please validate your feelings. and know that it's not a sign of weakness. Mental health is real. There is help available. There are so many resources and communities today, that I wish I would have had back then. But I do have tools now that I have when it comes to depression, anxiety, and things like that. Not only for myself, but that I can share with others. I have created a framework, and it's called Auntie, and it stands for, the A is acknowledge your feelings, U uncover your truth, N nurture your spirit, T trust the process, I inspire, and E empower. And we will soon be having workshops that we are developing, that we will go over this framework. And we have this community here, which is Spilling Hill with Auntie Ree. This is a safe space. And so you can reach out to me. You can contact me on my website, which is www.coachwithauntieree.com. And that is one way that you can become a part of this community. You can also follow me on socials. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And so here on YouTube is where we air the Spilling Hill episodes, and that is at I am Auntie Ree. And that is for all of my socials except for Facebook. On my business page is Cherie Auntie Ree Randolph Dunham. But I would love for you to be a part of this community, and also a resource that I have where I talk more about some of the things that I went through in my life in my book, which is Voices in My Head, God in My Heart. It's also available on my website. It's available on Amazon. But I just wanted to touch bases on this conversation real quick. Nothing to drag out really long, but just to let someone know that you are not alone. Your feelings are real, and they are valid. There's so much that we need to still talk about in our communities. And if we just reach one person through this episode, through all of the episodes, through all the conversations that we have here at Spilling Hill, it would just make my heart feel so good that we've reached one person. And so, again, if anything that was said in this episode, please seek help if it triggered you in any way. And just know that you are loved, you are enough, you are beautiful, and you matter. Your feelings matter, and don't let anyone tell you anything different. Mental health awareness and talking about it is not a sign of weakness. Your feelings are real, and you matter, and we love you here with Auntie Ree at Spilling Hill. Until the next time, be safe, love you.